Welcome to SkyWeek. I'm Tony Flanders from Sky and Telescope magazine, and I'll be your guide to the astronomical wonders that are currently on display overhead. Let's see what's happening in the sky from Monday, March 24th to Sunday, March 30th. The waning crescent moon is in the pre-dawn sky this week. It's well to the upper right of dazzling Venus on Monday and approaches Venus on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday morning, it forms an amazing close pair to Venus's left. The thin crescent is low on Friday and very low and hard to spot in bright twilight on Saturday. Finally, on Sunday, the moon is invisible, leaving magnificent Venus to shine on its own. On a moonless weekend in March, like the one coming up, thousands of stargazers worldwide stay up all night for the Messier Marathon, attempting to re-observe all 110 star clusters, nebulas, and galaxies, cataloged by the 18th century astronomer Charles Messier. More than half the Messier objects are visible on any clear night, but this is the only time of year when you can see them on a single night. All of the Messier objects are visible with small telescopes or large binoculars, and you can also see a fair number with your unaided eyes from a dark location. Just after dark, Messier 45, the magnificent Pleiades cluster, is easy to spot well above the western horizon. If your eyes are sharp, you may also be able to see M42, the Great Orion Nebula, well to the left of M45. Most of the Messier objects visible in the middle of the night are faint galaxies, best seen in telescopes. But M44, the splendid Beehive cluster, appears as a cloud of light to the unaided eye, and it's glorious through binoculars. The splendid Summer Milky Way appears shortly before dawn. From a dark location, you can see several of its Messier objects with your unaided eyes. For instance, the huge bright star cluster M7, and the Lagoon Nebula, Messier 8. Charles Messier was first and foremost a comet hunter, with 20 discoveries to his name. He stumbled across the object later known as Messier 1 in August 1758, while searching for a comet in Taurus. It looked very much like a tailless comet through Messier's small telescope. But unlike a comet, it didn't move through the stars from one night to the next. That inspired Messier to start a catalog of comet imposters, so that future comet hunters wouldn't be fooled by them. Or anyway, that's what he said. If you read through his catalog, it's obvious that he soon became fascinated by these objects in their own right. In Messier's day, comets seemed exciting and important, while these stationary smudges in the sky were sideshows. Now the tables are turned. We know that comets are just dirty snowballs a few miles across, while Messier's smudges are gigantic objects at inconceivably huge distances. More than half of Messier's discoveries are star clusters, ranging from scraggly M39, with just a couple dozen stars, to M54, which contains about 1 million stars. A third of the Messier objects are galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars. Another dozen are nebulas, which are quite varied in nature. Some, like beautiful M17, the Swan, have newborn star clusters hidden inside them. In others, like M16, the Eagle, the star clusters are partly exposed. Yet others, like M57, the Ring Nebula, are the shrouds of stars that recently died, casting much of their gas into outer space. And M1, where Messier started, is in some ways the most remarkable of all. It's the remains of a supernova that was recorded by Chinese astronomers in 1054. Next week, the moon passes through the Hyades star cluster. Until then, this is Tony Flanders from Sky and Telescope magazine, wishing you clear skies and great views.
Brought to you by Woodland Hills Camera and Telescopes, serving stargazers since 1952.